Thanks for taking time to listen to this episode of the Real ResQ podcast. Take a minute to go to therealresq.com to check out these and other great deals from our sponsors here at the Real ResQ. This episode of the Real ResQ podcast is brought to you by Breeze Eastern, the world's only dedicated helicopter hoist and winch provider. Axness, because when lives are at stake and conditions are challenging, clear communication is of the utmost importance. Life Saving Systems Corporation. We do our work so you can do yours. Tough gear for tough jobs. And SR3 Rescue Concepts, because you don't know what you don't know. Breeze Eastern. They dedicate themselves to our helicopter rescue world. Since the very first helicopter rescue in November of 1945, Breeze Eastern has designed and manufactured superior rescue hoist solutions. While much of the technology and the unique mission requirements have changed over the past 75 years, their commitment to the rescuers, the operators, and those being rescued has not. Contact them today by visiting them at breeze-eastern.com. The Axness PNG wireless ICS system can bring cutting-edge wireless intercommunication system technology to any aircraft. The PNG system can be fully integrated into an existing ICS system or can be carried on and off as a mobile base station. They can go anywhere at any time on any aircraft. Plus, with the strongest and most robust waterproof handheld on the market, this system can take a hit and keep working. Their wireless intercom systems are designed to enhance situational awareness through improved communication capability. This system brings superior noise canceling technology to eliminate rotor wash and engine noise from your ICS. The Axness PNG wireless system is currently deployed in more than 1,800 public safety, air ambulance, and search and rescue aircrafts worldwide. I have personally used the Axness system in 4 different countries and on 5 different airframes. It is awesome. If you want more information, contact them today at axness.com. That's AXNES.com. You just make sure you tell them Quinny sent me. Life Saving Systems Corporation. They manufacture the world's toughest helicopter rescue gear. From my favorite harness as a rescueman, the Triton harness, to the rescue baskets, the litters, and of course, the most popular hook in all helicopters, the D-Lock. The team at LSC will cut, bend, sew, weld, and machine these products into existence every day. We do our work so you can do yours. LSC. Tough gear for tough jobs. Check them out today at lifesavingsystems.com and follow them on Instagram at Rescue Gear. That's at RESQGEAR. And SR3 Rescue Concepts is a training company that can help with your helicopter training, a standardization and safety check, or maybe just an audit or an FAA refresher. They are here to bring your agency up to date with the most current techniques, rules, regulations, and equipment. The training staff is awesome. With the certified flight instructor pilots, experienced crew members, which I am happy to say that I am one of them, they offer training in rescue, medical, tactical, firefighting, ground operations, and night vision goggle use. SR3 is also partnered with Petzl to assist with personal protective equipment and the highly specific Lazard. SR3 also goes beyond the helicopter world as they provide high-angle rescue training and tactical medicine training. Contact them today at sr3rescueconcepts.com or over on Instagram at sr3_rescue. Up next, we have a guy who served 4 years in the Navy. And in the 4 years, he came out with some amazing stories, and he came on here to share a couple of them with us. I am very grateful to have him. So please welcome our next guest, United States Navy rescue swimmer, Mr. Jason Hawes. My name is Jason Quinn. I am United States Coast Guard rescue swimmer number 500. These are my rescues and rescues from those of us that put our lives on the line every day so others may live. This is the Real ResQ Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Real ResQ Podcast. Oh, snap. I got a Navy rescue swimmer. Yes, another one with me. Mr. Jason Hawes, United States Navy rescue swimmer. What's up, Jason? How are you, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, it's good, man. I'm stoked to have you on, man. You Navy boys, you are coming out of the woodworks. I'm loving it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I probably need to thank Red Dog yet again, because that dude, he like promotes this podcast left and right, and you guys, man, I love it. So it's good. So, but man, thanks for coming on. So I'll tell you what, let's get us started, man. A little background about you, who you are, how you got into the Navy, and how you became a rescue swimmer.
Well, we got a pretty good tradition in our family. Pretty much every male has served in either the Army or the Navy. A couple Marines, I guess.
Do we hold it against them, or?
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. Everybody in the Marines.
Yeah, I know. Well, we do tease them here and there, especially during Christmas.
Yeah, of course. You like you have to.
Yeah.
Oh.
But most everybody on my dad's side was Army, and everybody on my mom's side was Navy. So, and I joined with my best friend through the buddy program. So
oh, nice.
We joined the Navy together.
Just like, hey, buddy. Now, was it drinking beer when you decided to join the Navy at the same time, or was it just like, I just want to see how that goes, because I know how it went on my side.
I actually got approached by an Air Force recruiter, and I was going to join the Air Force, but his older brother had joined the Navy a year before, so we just decided to do the same thing, I guess.
Oh, right on. Following the older brother's footsteps. I like that. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's funny because when I went in, I was going to be a nuke, and my recruiter, he had lied to me. He said, "Yeah, you're all set up. You're going to be a nuke." So I get to boot camp, and they were like, "No, you don't have a job." Like, you had to sign up, for the nuke program, or you had to take this test. And he never gave me the test, so. I got the boot camp without a job.
Oh man, I hate it when that happens. Come on,
so I chose the first thing I chose was Navy diver, and then something happened with that, so I switched to EOD, explosive ordnance disposal, and I was all ready set to go with that. And so I went through training, and while I went through school, I was a RM, and I had to do my RM school. And then I had a kidney stone like the first 2 weeks of training.
Yeah.
So I kicked me out of any dive program. So I had a 6-year contract. It took 2 years off my contract. So I guess that was a good thing at the time. So I went undesignated, because there was no way I wanted to do RM, because it was mostly like computer work, and this was like 95, and it was all like the DOS program and stuff, and how to break it down and stuff, and I didn't want to do any of that. So
you're kind of speaking a little bit of Greek to me, man, because I don't know a whole lot about that stuff. Remember, Coast Guard's a lot smaller than the Navy, bro. So
yeah.
But
what the RMs do, they intercept like communication from other ships and satellites and stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So I got out of that, and then that's how I got into search and rescue. So I tried out for that program, and that's how that started.
Wow, man, that's awesome. Okay. So now you get like to swimmer school. Game on. All right. And then where did you go after school?
Everett, Washington.
Okay.
I got my brother. Well, my best friend, he went to the East Coast in Norfolk, and that's where I thought I was going to get sent. That's where most people do get sent, to Norfolk, where I'm from. But I got sent from Roanoke all the way over to Everett, Washington. It's like the farthest Navy base away possible. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. That's funny. And then from there, did you end up, that's where you ended up deploying on the ship to the Persian Gulf?
Yeah.
Nice. What ship were you on again?
Paul F. Foster.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to read that
It's
in a second.
Destroyer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So now you guys get out into the Persian Gulf from that base, and this is where your first rescue happened. And it now you said to me earlier, 4 months after you got qualified, after you made it through summer school, and this happened.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was probably about 3.5 months. So I graduated in December. We went home for Christmas break, and then right when we got back, we deployed like a week and a half later. And then so we're in the Persian Gulf probably maybe 2.5 months after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this in particular case, which you and I kind of talked about just for a brief moment there, you actually earned you an award through the Navy, and that's pretty awesome. It was the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But in addition to that, which is super awesome, is when this made it back to where you're from, Roanoke, Virginia area, the mayor came out and gave you major kudos for this. And I'm going to read this right now because this is pretty awesome. And then let's get into this case. So from the office of the mayor, city of Roanoke, proclamation given out in our hands, and the seal of the city of Roanoke, this 28th day of July, 1999. Whereas Seaman Apprentice Jason Hawes is a native of Roanoke, Virginia, and has been awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal for superior performance of his duties as a search and rescue swimmer aboard the USS Paul F. Foster. On March 23, 1999, Seaman Apprentice Hawes courageously entered the waters of the Central Arabian Gulf to rescue all 4 crew members of the USS Paul F. Foster's helicopter Battle Cat 27, which had crashed into the Gulf during a functional check flight. And Seaman Apprentice Hawes overcame 12-foot swells to bring the air crew safely into a rigid hull inflatable boat without further injury, where he and the boat crew pulled them out of the water and brought them back to the ship to receive medical attention for injuries suffered during the crash. Jason, what the? All right, look, I've flown in the Gulf, the Arabian Gulf. Very rarely have I ever seen 12-foot seas out here.
Oh, yeah.
And now you've got a helicopter crash and people in the water. Dude, what? Go, Tag, you're it, man.
Well, it was in the morning, and I was on the starboard side, underneath the boat deck, just chilling, relaxing, like we usually do when the helicopter's up in the air. And it was a beautiful day. The sun was rising, and but like you said, the waves were just abnormal for the Persian Gulf. It was crazy. It was funny. I was writing in my journal that morning. It was what was going? I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was the purpose-driven life. That's what it was.
Oh, the okay, got it. The purpose-driven life.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing that journal at the time. So I finished my journal entry for that day, and the very last thing I said, I wrote, I was like, I wonder what God's gonna do through me today. And then I closed the journal, and then I looked out at the sunset, and that's when, and like probably 20 seconds later, that's when literally all hell broke loose. Like the ship just started going all, classified speed, and the winds were howling. The captain was on the 1MC, telling the crew to get ready for the rescue or whatever. But I couldn't hear anything because it was so windy. Yeah. So I didn't know what was going on. And then the boat crew that was inside the ship, they ran out and told me. So I ran to, go get changed. And the other SAR guys were already there. It was my duty day. So they helped me get dressed and changed. And we all thought it was, just a drill. Yeah, because nothing usually happens out there, like. And,
I love that. I really love that. Just like, it's almost like, oh, they're just testing to make sure we know what we're doing. Psych.
Yeah. Yeah, we just thought it was a really good drill. Usually the drills are boring and slow and planned out. So we thought this was like some surprise drill for us. And luckily it was my day, because all the other SAR swimmers, they outranked me. So if they knew it wasn't a drill, then I wouldn't have got dressed that day for sure. That it took over.
Oh, that's funny. If they had only known.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, they did find out, but by the time they found out, the guy, he ran over and leaned over the ship, and the lines on the ship, and we were already like almost touching the water in the rescue boat by then. So it was too late once they found out. And he was yelling, they were yelling down at me, but again, I still couldn't hear what they were saying. So I still thought it was a drill the whole time, up until, we hit the water, and, it's 12-foot swells, but, there was some rogue waves there, and some of them were like 20 foot in that little red boat. And it was pretty wild.
Wow.
Yeah. So the coxswain, the guy who drives the red boat, he floored it to the other side. And this is the weird thing about it. There was a Seahawk, a helicopter, the same model and everything that we had on the ship, in the air. So I thought it was our helicopter. And so I thought it was part of the training session or whatever. And so we get to the other side of the ship, about 150 yards on the port side, and the waves, again, they're crashing 12 to sometimes 16, 20-foot swells. In the coxswain, he had to really maneuver the boat not to capsize it on those higher on those higher waves. So we got over those, the group of 4 crew members from our helo, and the coxswain, he tried to get the boat all as close as it could to them, to do like a rib boat, just get them on the boat instead of putting me in the water. And the waves were just pushing us too close to them, or they were pushing the rib boat into them, so he had to back off. And we had to get clearance from the ship to put me in the water. And we finally did. And, thank God for our training, because I was never a strong swimmer before training. But I mean, once that adrenaline hits, I guess you can swim in anything, because I jetted over there as fast as I could. And I don't know how I did it, but I mean, those rocket fins help a lot in the water, I guess. But so I make it over there. It seems like it took forever, and then it also seemed like it took 5 seconds at the same time. And so I get to them, and they're all huddled around like a piece of the sonar from the helicopter.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was. It was looked like some silver styrofoam thing, but it was like the inside of the sonar from the helicopter. And again, the helicopter is from another ship, like that was 15 miles away. The helicopter is above us. So I thought it was our helicopter, but I'm looking at our helicopter crew in the water, and I'm confused. I'm like, are they training another helicopter crew? So I got to the
I love how you're still confused at this point,
yeah,
staring at like guys in the water.
yeah.
Dude, I love it.
Well, the thing was that they were trying to radio us on the rib boat, but it was so windy and so noisy that none of us could hear what they were radioing into us. So, I mean, it took a while for us to hear that I can get into the water. You know, that I was approved to get into the water, because again, I had to get approval because of the waves and the fact that we thought this was all just a training drill, and they would have never approved it if it was a training. We'd have never been training in that water. So I swam up, and there was two pilots, one woman and one man, two lieutenants, I think. And right when I got up to the woman pilot, I could see her face was cut from like a diagonal all across her face, from the forehead all the way down to her chin. It was just split open.
Holy smoke.
And you could see her skull, but there was no blood. Like it was the weirdest thing. That confused me too, because I was like, what is that? Like it took me back for a second. I was like, oh yeah, that's her skull, and
wow.
And it was like her skull, the white of her skull, and then her face, it looked like gray matter, and I didn't see any blood from all the salt water, I guess. So that's when everything hit me, and that's when I knew that this was real. And so I started automatically going into my checks, checking her spine, and doing the spine checks. And I was talking to the other crew, saying, what hurt on them, and while I was checking her, but she had already told me her back, she couldn't feel parts of her legs, and her back was messed up, and I'm thinking, there's no way I can get her in a rescue litter in these in this water, and
yeah.
I can't get help. We don't have another boat or anything, and so all this stuff, all this stuff was computing in my head, going back and forth like at 90 miles a second. So I just made the decision to take the most wounded first, and then work my way from there. And we had to, I had help with the boat crew that they helped pull the pilots over the rib boat as careful as we could, without causing more damage. But like one of the other pilot, when the helicopter hit, so his feet hit the deck,
yeah.
And it like shattered his heel all the way up to his knee, like the bones and stuff. So he didn't. I mean, you couldn't really do any more damage. And what caused that cut to her? She hit her face on the steering column for the helicopter.
Yeah, the dash right there, the upper dash. Yeah. So when she impacted, she went sideways with her face, mm-hmm. And it wow.
Yeah.
Holy smoke.
And so you're making all those decisions out in the water, and I knew that the water was a little, cold. I mean, it wasn't cold, but for them, I knew we had the time window was shrinking. And so, and I knew we were going to have a bigger issue getting the rib boat back on the ship.
Yeah.
And so we got them up as quickly as possible. And
you're talking the two pilots you got on the rib boat first, right? Like
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the two crewmen, one of them was a SAR swimmer for the helicopter crew. I got him on last. I think he was they were hurt the least. just, cuts and bruises. And I think one had a broken arm or something like that. But the two pilots got it the worst.
Wow.
They were the helicopter was about, I think, 50 to 60 feet, maybe 75 feet, somewhere around there, and it dumped like, so they hit upside down, or like front first and upside down at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a bad crash.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So we finally got them on board. We headed back to the ship. We stopped at the back of the ship and let the crew climb on the Jacob's ladder.
Yeah.
Get them on the boat. But once we hit the other side, as soon as they got on the boat, the crewmen, as soon as they got on the boat, probably a minute later, they were, passed out from hypothermia. And then while we were still on the rib boat, she was in and out of consciousness, and she'd wake up and didn't know where she was, and she started, when she'd wake up, she'd start like convulsing and just going into shock, basically.
Wow.
And both of them would do that the whole time. Probably one of the scariest part of the whole rescue is we hit one of the rogue waves. It had to have been 20 feet, but at the crest of the wave, the coxswain and the boat, we were like teetering on the top of that wave, and it felt like we were on our way. Like it felt like the whole boat was going to turn over, and then I couldn't imagine having to rescue them again out of the water. I didn't think they'd make it a second time.
Jeez.
So, yeah, I did a lot of praying out on that water that day.
Holy smoke.
But we approached the ship, and the way the ship was positioned in the waves were just going up and down, slamming us up and down. It was, the intervals were so fast that three guys were trying to hook us up once we got up to the hook, to hook the boat back on.
Yeah. It's called davits, right? The davits to come out, and they send the cables down. You connect the rib boat to it, and it pulls the rib boat right out of the ocean, right?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure I'm on the same page with you. I got you.
And it would be like at the bottom of the wave, the hook would be, you couldn't even reach it. It would be like 12 foot up in the air, 15 foot up in the air. At the top of the wave, the hook would be slamming on the deck of the boat.
Oh my gosh.
And it would do that every 2 seconds, it seemed like, and not even enough time and if someone grabbed it, they wouldn't even have enough time to hook it. It would have, taken their arm off, or they'd have lifted off the ground. So we couldn't even get back on the ship for about, 5-10 minutes. So we had to go back out to the waves. And I didn't think we were going to get back on the boat after that. But the captain, he repositioned the ship, and then I prayed again. I was like, God, please please calm this ocean or something. And the captain repositioned the ship, and we approached it again, and it was like night and day. It went from like 12, 16 foot difference to like maybe 2 to 3 foot difference in it. And it was easy compared to that to get back on. Wow. And the whole time she, I had her, and my boat crew had the male pilot, tending to him.
Yeah.
And, we don't have much, hardly any medical equipment on those rescue boats for some reason. I don't know why, but we were grabbing, they were throwing us blankets from the ship and everything. So we're trying to warm up the pilots so they didn't go deeper into shock, I guess. But we finally got up, and they got off and got medical care from the doctors, and then the other helicopter picked them up and took them off to I think eventually they went to maybe Germany or something. But
Wow.
they had a long recovery road ahead of them. A lot of, I couldn't even imagine how they feel walking around today, but they had some pretty extensive leg and back injuries and neck injuries too. So, but they made it. They all made it. So that was the good part,
Jason.
I guess. Yeah.
Holy cow, Jason!
And that was my first rescue 3 months after graduating rescue school.
Buddy. Dang, man. That is intense.
Yeah.
Wow. I imagine you were on like adrenaline high for at least a week.
Oh God. Yeah. 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 It felt like longer than that, but
It probably was actually.
Yeah.
Jason.
Especially that day. Like I don't even think I slept for 48 hours.
Wow. Wow, man. Just wow. I'm blown away. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah, I talked to the coxswain that drove the rib boat, on Facebook till this day, and every chance I get, I thank him for not letting that boat turn over in those high seas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, man, what the heck? Jason, well done. Well done, sir.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, heck yeah. Props to the whole crew and everybody involved.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever want to leave anybody out. But listening to you right now, well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Dang, brother. So nothing you have compares to that. Like I know you've had a couple other things in the Navy and a couple training incidents that stand out to you, but man, that's like riding the best roller coaster in the park and then trying to jump on something else and be like, this is nothing.
Yeah.
Holy cow, man. Jeez.
Especially I remember the week after that rescue, or probably 2 weeks after that, just doing your normal job, it was like so mundane, and I was like, it didn't feel right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It took a while to get back to like doing a normal job,
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have that moment in your career and in your life, and then you try to go back to the normal. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't think I'm there. I'm going to throw that out there. I try on a daily basis to get back to that normal. I'm not there.
Yeah.
Dang, Jason, that is crazy. Wow. But yeah, I'm blown away, man. That's well done. Yeah. Poof. All right. Well, I'll tell you what are the other two rescues that you had while you were in the Navy that weren't nearly as good, but just you think about?
Yeah, the other two is more the whole team. We had 4 SAR swimmers on the boat, and one of them was a 4 a.m. rescue of another ship's Navy diver. He got to Bend somehow. He was doing some, I guess, emergency repair work to one of the other destroyers that was also in the Persian Gulf.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think he got lost under there somehow. It went down instead of up, and then maybe panicked a little bit and came up to quit.
Gotcha.
And then so he was floating probably I'd say about 15 feet under. He was still conscious, but he didn't know where he was.
Like he was still 15 feet underwater?
Yeah.
Just
In the dark.
Just chilling. Like couldn't come up, couldn't go down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, he didn't know what up was and what what down was.
Oh, wild. Okay.
Yeah. So a couple of us had to, well, we had to search for him. We had to follow the line, and we didn't know how far it went, or, how far we had to go down. So one would go down, he can't, go down like 10 feet. And then he'd come back up and say he's not anywhere near 10 feet or whatever. But, it's so dark, you can't see a foot in front of you, or if maybe not even 6 inches really. But I think it took the third guy to follow the line down to finally get him.
So that was all you guys together collectively working on that?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But if he was lower than, I don't know, 20 feet, then I'm not sure if any of us would have been able to go down that far. And then, we'd have got the bend. We're not divers,
Right.
Would have got the bends probably ourselves, I think.
I don't know about that one, because you need the supplement oxygen or the supplement air.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Scuba tank air. But to be able to get out there and not be able to get back up, pass out underwater. Now that I can see happening 20 feet
in the dark. On.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, man. Wow. Oh gosh. So what ended up finding him? Like, he got down to him, and then what, you inflate him, or
he just felt him. Yeah. He just, the third swimmer, he got down. I think he just hit him, just one arm on his cabling, and he eventually felt him. But he was probably only going to go down, like I said, about 20 feet and then come back up. But he was around 15 feet. Dang. Thankfully.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy cow. Jeez. So you got that guy out of the water. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We got him.
Yep.
Yeah, we got him, and that was relatively quick. We got him up, and the waves, weren't nearly as bad. I mean, they were pretty calm that night, thankfully.
Yeah.
And then shipped him off, medevaced him out. The only other rescue, we had one that was like a salvage thing that in the Persian Gulf again. It was some, have you ever seen those little rickshaw boats they have out there?
Oh yeah,
the wooden ones.
Yeah. It's all the fishing boats, and the guys are just out. Yeah.
We passed his boat, and it was like just tiny pieces of wood just shattered everywhere. I don't know how his boat got destroyed, but and he had a sheep with him. So the guy was dead, but we thought it was two. We went to rescue. We thought we had rescued two bodies, but one was a sheep. It just looked like a dead person. But we still to this day don't know how, how that went down.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's weird. The things that happen in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, so, and you also had a rescue of wildlife. You had an issue, or not, a rescue of a dolphin too. Mm-hmm. How did that happen?
I think one of the lookouts, again, it looked like a body in the water. So we went out, and we thought the dolphin, by the time we, seen it was a dolphin, we thought it was dead, but then, it looked like it was moving, but we couldn't really tell. So they made the decision to put us in the water and to check on it and make sure. And we did. We checked on it, and it was, sure enough, it was alive. And we just started working with the net. I mean, the net was really tangled around it pretty bad, and it was like cutting in to the skin and stuff. So we were pretty careful. I mean, we didn't know how to dislodge a net from a dolphin, but we were trying to like.
Yeah, it's not something you do every day. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, you're going to remove a net from a dolphin today. You've never trained on this, but go.
Yeah. Yeah. So we took our time with it, and I mean, it was like the dolphin knew what we were doing. So it was like being still and just like looking around. And when we finally got it free, it swam with us, for probably like, I don't know, 30 seconds. And then just boom, took off as fast as it could.
Oh man, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you could say you literally swam with dolphins in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't say that. So you got me on that one.
Yeah, actually, the dolphins are like the coolest thing to Navy guys. We'll be out there alone for, days. And then the sonar guys will hear him first. And then the captain will like, let's go check him out. And out there in the middle of the ocean, the dolphins, the school is like, it looks like thousands of them. And, you see them at SeaWorld, they do 1 or 2 or 3 flips.
Yeah.
When they're out there in the deep ocean, they get a lot more speed. So they're doing like, it looks like 10 flips. It's crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, we love seeing dolphins and whales out there.
Oh, that's killer. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, awesome.
And it's almost like they're attracted to the ships too. I guess the dolphins like the ships.
Oh, it's probably because you guys throw bread overboard and hey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Oh man, that's great, man. I like that. All right. So you also had kind of 2 different incidences with or memorable training events. And I'm excited to hear one of them because one of them involves jellyfish. So whatever one you want to start with, have out. But I am excited about hearing about the jellyfish.
Yeah, the jellyfish was weird because we were probably 200 miles from land in the Pacific Ocean. And we just, the seas were as calm as you could ever imagine. So we were like, well, let's get in the water because, we hadn't trained in the water at that time for probably a couple months. So we were doing buddy tows and just different training, just regular SAR training maneuvers, exercises in the water. It was 4 of us. And it was 5 of us. So 2 and 2, and then I was to the side at that time, and a few months before that is when me and my buddy were training off the coast of California, like at a beach north of San Diego, and that's when we were in the water with sharks. I mean, it didn't really bother us because it was like
that,
they were like,
I love that.
Yeah,
we're just in the water with sharks.
Yeah.
I was gonna punch him in the face.
We were young, so nothing. We weren't afraid of nothing then.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wouldn't swim with sharks now. And but ever since that time that we saw sharks in the water so close to us, I've always been, whenever I'm in the water doing training, I've always looked around, every couple minutes to make sure. It's not some huge great white or something like that.
Yeah.
Especially that deep in the, that far out in the ocean. Who knows what's out there?
Yeah. There's not a lot to eat out there when you're in the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look like a delicious morsel.
Yeah. So I keep looking down and I see, you could probably see about, I don't know, maybe 25 feet down before it gets black. And out of the blackness comes one jellyfish. And so I'm like, oh, that's weird to see one jellyfish, 200 miles off the shore. And then so I keep an eye on him. And then I see another one coming out of the darkness. And then you see more, you see like a dozen, then you see like 20. Then before you know it, there's like 100. And I'm like, hey guys, let's move over here. So we moved like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet. And we look down and now the whole floor is just nothing but jellyfish, like thousands and thousands of jellyfish.
And you guys are in the water.
Yeah. And as far as you can see in any direction, there's just thousands of jellyfish, and they're about, then they're all coming towards us, like like we're attracting them. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
good.
So yeah, when I told them, and they all looked down and like, oh, let's get the hell out of here. And because some of us had full body suits on, but a couple of us only had the half suits.
Yeah.
So we would have got lit up pretty bad. And I looked it up. I looked it up though when I got back like a couple weeks later, and in the area we were at, they swarm in a couple 100,000 at a time, and sometimes they've been known to swarm with over 1 million jellyfish in their swarm.
Wow.
I've never heard of that, but until I've actually seen it, and then I looked it up. I've been stung at the beach a bunch of times, of course, but
yeah.
I didn't know they swarmed in that great a number out in the middle of the ocean. But I hear stories about the people who try to swim like the English Channel and stuff like that, and they always tell stories. I don't know if you ever know that, but this woman did it, I think the last time, and she got stung over 200 times by a jellyfish. The same thing. She got swarmed the same way we got swarmed.
Oh my gosh.
And apparently they are attracted to anything in the water out there.
I'm looking all this up. Not that I don't believe you. I want to know for myself. That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Well, that's a fun little training event.
Yeah. And it's just weird because, we're in the middle of the ocean, and what are the chances we land right above, a jellyfish swarm? It's crazy.
Yeah, you're a speck in the ocean at that point too, which is funny.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, so now you were talking about. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say we weren't out there probably more than 5 minutes before they started, swarming us.
I would say coming out of the woodwork, but in this case, it's coming out of the deep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. All right, so now you just mentioned you were swimming with sharks. Prior to that, that's your other training incident, isn't it?
Yeah. We were actually in school at that time, and I think it was a weekend. We wanted to get some open water training. Just me and my buddy. He was from the same ship, and I can't remember. It was it was really nice. It was like a little inlet with the rock cliffs, and there was like a little restaurant right on the beach there. And so we were out there, and then we saw the fins there, and there was two of them. They were just circling us, well, not circling us, but like kind of swimming next to us, but we just kept training for whatever reason. I was like, we'll keep an eye on them, make sure they don't get too close to us. Like there's anything we could do.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were thinking at that point.
Yeah. So I don't do that. Just so you know.
Yeah.
If I see a shark, you're gonna take me 20 miles in another direction.
Yeah.
I know how much ground they can or how much water they can cover in a short period of time. Like
yeah. That's the thing of it now. Now that I go to the beach, I've seen so much of what is in the water that I'm like afraid of the water now. Like
no, man. No. Yeah. I don't ever want you to admit that again. Okay.
I'll still go out there.
Okay.
With
just
the feet,
sure.
But yeah, I'll force myself to go in the water. But I'm like, oh God, is this the day I'm going to have my legs eaten off by some shark?
Oh, that's funny. Man, that is hilarious. Jason, I love these stories. This has been awesome. I'll tell you what, man, I'm going to turn it over to you as far as like, give everybody a piece of advice, or what would you tell the younger guys that are doing the job now? And even, it can be even outside the guard. Like, what would you tell guys?
Uh, I would definitely say you can never do enough training, and when you do the training, always train up. Never train at your level. Always train for the craziest scenarios that you can think of, because that's probably what's going to eventually happen to you. It's never going to be what you trained for. It's always going to be way beyond the scope of what they train you on, I guess. And that was my that was probably one of my pet peeves with the training system that has been set up. Is, that I thought that they should put the money in for like some sort of like wave pool or something that could simulate at least 10-foot waves, or 6, 7, 8-foot waves.
Yeah.
Training in a pool is, I mean, it's not conducive to ocean rescue.
Yeah. I know, like our guys,
But
they went to they installed that wave pool, and now they're in a different pool. Yeah, we used it for a while, and now we're in a different facility as far as the Coast Guard swimmers go. But yeah, I'm all about it, man. I'm all about the training and making it.
Is that the one in Elizabeth City?
Correct. And right now they're actually in Petaluma, California for the moment. So they've relocated the school for a little bit. So, I'm with you, and I like doing training that is somewhat realistic, and making it. I don't want to say making it harder than it needs to be, because I'm a firm believer. You like train, practice. But if you practice the easiest thing ever, then you're never going to know what to do when it gets that little bit harder. So if you at least push the envelope just a little bit, try to hoist to that exact spot, try to swim, go out in open ocean and swim, like when the waves are big on shore, go swim the surf line. Yeah. So you're only 10, 15 feet or 20 feet offshore. So it's not like you have to swim way in, but swim through some breaks, go out, swim back, out, swim back, get that practice. I'm all about it, dude. I'm all about it. Good piece of advice. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we would do too. I'd go into the breaks, like you said, and sometimes I would let the wave try to, I guess take me under, and then I'd try to fight my way out of it, or but that's probably about the best you can do, I guess, training wise.
Yeah. Man, I like it. Jason, this has been awesome. Dude, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Well, before we sign off, if there's anything else you want to give a shout out or say anything about, have at.
I'm starting this training thing called SARFit, so Search and Rescue Fitness.
Yeah.
And I'm eventually going to start So Others May Live Ministries, and that's going to be a ministry to the kids of like fallen special operations soldiers, and well, first off, it's going to be for fallen SAR swimmers, like their sons. We have, I don't know if you heard, but there was a training exercise off the coast of California. I guess last year or maybe 2 years ago, and a SAR swimmer died.
Oh man, I was not aware of that. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I think a helicopter was coming back on. I don't know if it was an aircraft carrier or what, but it hooked the edge of the ship and crashed into the water or something like that. And the whole crew perished. And it was a young SAR swimmer, and he lived in Salem, which is right next to Roanoke.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like, I don't know, not a duty, but I kind of felt like it hit home, to me. So, and he had like a little 6-year-old boy and wife, I think another daughter, but his family grew up like I said, right down the street from where I grew up. So I wanted to do some stuff for his son and kind of keep an eye on him as he grew up as well, and make sure he's okay.
That's pretty awesome, dude. So what's that going to be called? So Others May Live Ministries?
Yeah.
Killer. I like that.
And it's gonna help out veterans that deal with PTSD and depression and get out of shape and are pretty not suicidal, but close to the bottom of their life. And I'm gonna kind of rescue them out of that and get them fit back into shape and get their minds back into shape. And through corporations, we're going to get them a career going and a good paying career going and stuff like that.
Wow.
It's going to be like a 30, 60 or 90 day type program.
Wow, buddy. That's awesome. Well done. So
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. I'll keep an eye out on that and send me the link and I'll make sure I post it as well.
Okay.
So sweet.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah. And thank you for what you do too. I mean, I don't know if you felt like this, but when I got out, it kind of felt like there was no other rescue swimmers in the world. You know what I mean? It's kind of maybe a handful here and there.
Yeah. They hide in all over the place. And then all of a sudden you're finding guys and you're like, hey.
Right. Yeah.
No, I'm digging it. I love being able to do this and even share this platform with all the guys and just to make it awesome. So it's been fun. But
yeah,
thank you for coming on. I appreciate the stories. This has been awesome.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I get to Roanoke, I'll make sure I give you a call because I'll be up there at one point or another for sure.
All right,
Jason. Again, these stories are just amazing. Thank you so much for taking time to share them with us. Bro, it's awesome. And what you're doing outside and about to do with, So Others May Live Ministries, dude, I'm stoked for you, man. That's going to be great and big promoter of it. So whatever you need, you call me. I'll help you out.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Go. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Real ResQ Podcast. Please take a minute to like, subscribe, and hit that share button. I'm pulling chocks and taking off. But before I go, if anyone out there has a rescue story they would be willing to share, I would be humbled and honored to have you on as a guest. Or if you have any questions about rescue or anything else we talk about here, send an email to jason@therealresq.com. That's Jason at TheRealResQ.com. You can also check us out on our web pages, therealresq.com, our Facebook page, and our Instagram page @TheRealResQ. Again, a special thank you to all of you staying on the watch today. Always remember, when that SAR alarm goes off, those in distress are praying for a miracle. They are going to get you. Until next time, fly safe and swim hard.